Hello everyone, welcome to the 160 drill class. We're going to start off with some most frequently used words and then I'm going to read you a paragraph using those words. Here we go. Thank, note, old, never, amount, put, man, shipment, right, check, greatly, advise, company, possible, cannot, yet, many, feel, information, best. And here is your paragraph. Please be advised that your shipment of dinnerware was sent by our company on January 11. The reason for this email is that we have not yet received your payment in the amount of $227.10. Is it possible that you have put this bill aside and forgotten about it? We cannot understand why we haven't heard from you. Many of the best people overlook paying their bills, never realizing that old unpaid bills can greatly affect their credit standing. We feel the best thing you could do right now is send us your payment. If our information is incorrect, please advise our office manager. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. All right. My next drill is going to be a phrase drill, and these are common phrases that people say. Some of these you will be able to phrase, some you won't. One of the major factors in this phrasing drill here is they all start with whether or not. So you're going to use WHRORN for whether or not, and then it's going to have phrases after that. Okay, here we go. Ready? Whether or not he recollected, whether or not he recollects, whether or not he remembered, whether or not he remembers, whether or not he shall, whether or not he should, whether or not he understands, whether or not he wanted, whether or not he wants, whether or not he was, whether or not he will, whether or not he would, whether or not I am, whether or not I believe, whether or not I believed, whether or not I can, whether or not I could, whether or not I feel, whether or not I felt, whether or not I had, whether or not I happen, whether or not I have, whether or not I have been, whether or not I have had, whether or not I know. Now there's another column left, but I'm going to save that for our next drill class. Okay. All right, moving into some names and spellings along with the mortgage company that they work for. Okay, here we go. Ready? Matt Wood, WOOD, Fairway Independent Mortgage. David Woods, WOODS, Prime Lending. William Woodfin III, WOODFIN, Prosperity Home Mortgage. Brian Woolley, WOOLLEY, Homebridge Financial Services. Brenda Worthen, WORTHEN, McLean Mortgage. Mark Worthington, WORTHINGTON, SWBC Mortgage. Rachel Wright, WRIGHT, Wintrust Mortgage. Keith Wrighton, WRIGHTEN, Caliber Home Loans. Michael Reiter, WRIGHTER, Pearl Mortgage. Andy Wright Roth, WROTH, Summit Mortgage. Amy Yamamoto, YAMAMOTO, Caliber Home Loans. Martin Yapper, YAPUR, Homebridge Financial Services. Marty Yangsthian, YEGHISTHIAN, Skyline Home Loans. Jonathan Yellen, YELLON, Loan Depot. All right, so we're going to stop there. Moving right into some 160 briefs. I'm going to drill you on these briefs, and they're from the 160 brief page. Okay, so today we're going to cover admissible, M-I-B-L, allegation, A-L-G-S, allege, A-L-G, appoint, P-O-I-N. Obviously, you don't want to add the T, that would be point. Appointment, P-O-I-M-T. Now, I know some people like to use A-P-T, but that is the brief for apartment, so you have to be careful with that. Okay. Asked and answered, S-K-A-N-D, scanned. Assault and battery, S-A-U-B. And autopsy, A-U-P. So now I'm going to drill you on these. Ready? Admissible, allegation, allege, appoint, appointment, P-O-I-M-T, asked and answered, assault and battery, autopsy, allege, admissible, appoint, allegation, appointment, assault and battery, autopsy, asked and answered, allege, admissible, appointment, assault and battery, allegation, appoint, asked and answered, autopsy. All right. Moving right into our next drill. I have some sentences that focuses on the comma. So it's a series of things, so you can use your final RBGS. Ready? My classes this semester are computer, French, biology, and chemistry. We saw the following items on sale: coats, jackets, and sweaters. The menu consists of sandwiches, soups, salads, and desserts. We do know the following traits about the suspect. He is 6 feet tall, has brown hair, and he has blue eyes. Our deductions include the following: childcare, healthcare, and educational materials. Does Martin have a car, a motorcycle, or a van? The following children are assigned to room 811. Ryan, Scott, Charlie, Sabrina, Deanne, and Lydia. These crimes were committed by the defendant: extortion, assault and battery, and robbery. Are you familiar with a .22, a .350, or a .45? All right. Moving on to our next drill. I've got sentences that focus on numbers. Okay, here we go. Ready? Please read count 2 of the indictment. Did you refer to volume 23, section 2? Does page 11 of the index list the book titles? The copyright date read 1976. The intermission is between acts 4 and 5 of the play. If I remember correctly, the year of publication was 2010. The librarian discovered that volume 25 was missing from the set of encyclopedias. Mr. Daly removed page 2 from the set of documents. Is the number 49 greater than 51? Please number the sections of the outline 1 through 17. Are you familiar with Article 61? Was page 19 included in the preface of the manuscript? Do you plan to pass this legislation before the year 2020? Does that say 60 or 50? Please refer to chapter 112. All right. Moving right into words that have the long E as opposed to the AE. Okay, so you're going to use your EA, words that have the EA spelling, we're using AE on our machine. Okay, and if it's got the long E, then you're using the AOE. Okay, here we go for the long E. Meet us over at the meat market. Don't shed any tears over the fiasco. The wedding cake had 3 tiers. He won the respect of his peers. We need to work together for peace. She peers out the window every day. The cut on your heel has not healed. Grandma used to beat the rugs. Do you like to eat pickled beets? Did you hear the peal of thunder? You should heed good advice. I want to walk to the end of the pier. The room was painted teal blue. Did you really lose your keys again? Did you raise those pansies from seed? The reef tore a hole in the keel. Did you see the rough seas? Ted was working in the steel mill. Be sure they don't steal the change. Use a large piece of lumber. What is the price of winter wheat? Do you prefer tea or coffee? The foursome is on the last tee. High heels aren't good for your feet. Climbing that mountain was a feat. Use a sheet of fiberglass. There is a heap of old lumber in the back. Keep at it and you will succeed. Don't tease Pete about his girl. Does the house have central heat? He lost a wheel in the trip. The outfit was made of seersucker. All right, so that concludes our 160 drill class. Have a great day.